Good afternoon everyone. So in today's period we are going to learn about the graphical representation of motion. So the today's point of discussion is graphical representation of motion. So the graphical representation of motion is divided into the two parts. By using the two ways we can find out the graphical representation of motion. So the first way is distance time graph. Okay, and the second way is velocity time graph. By using these two ways we can find out the graphical representation of motion. So here by using the distance time graph we can calculate speed. By using distance time graph we can calculate speed, and second one is velocity time graph. By using velocity time graph we can calculate distance. Okay, so these are the two ways to present the motion. Graphically we can present the motion by using two ways: distance time graph. By using distance time graph we can calculate speed, and by using the velocity time graph we can calculate distance. So today we will discuss about the distance time graph. So students, when the object move with respect to time, when the object changes the position with time, so that we can represent by using distance time graph. When the object changes its position with respect to time, so we can show that graphical representation by using distance time graph. Again, distance time graph is employed in three conditions. It can be classified into the three conditions. In first condition, when object is at rest position. In the second condition, when the object is at uniform motion, and in third one, when object is at non-uniform motion. So the distance time graph is employed in three conditions. First condition, when object is at rest position. In the second, when object object is having non-uniform motion, and third one, the object is having uniform motion. So in today's period, one by one we will discuss about all the conditions which are related with the distance time graph. First condition, when object is at rest position. In the first condition, when object is at rest condition, so we will discuss about that. Object is at rest, it means that object is not showing any movement. No movement, it means no motion. So for that condition, discuss about the graph. To draw the distance time graph, along with the x-axis we have to take time along with x-axis, and the distance along with y-axis. So we know the time is calculated in second and the distance in meter. So here 10 second, 20 second, 30 second, and on y-axis 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter and 40 meter. So in first case we have to consider the object is having no movement, no motion. So consider any place, suppose object is here. So object is at rest, it doesn't mean that time is also there is no time. So time is increases, साइमल्टेनियसली टाइम इंक्रीज होता रहता है, बट उस दैट टाइम जो हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है उस ऑब्जेक्ट में कोई भी मोशन नहीं दिखाई देती है. इट मीन्स दैट नाउ यहाँ पे आप बोलोगे कि मैम लाइन तो स्ट्रेट दिख रही है, सो यहाँ पे मोशन हुआ है, बट दिस लाइन शोज द इंक्रीज इन टाइम. ओके, पोजीशन जो हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है वो 20 मीटर की जो पोजीशन है वहीं पे है, वहाँ से उसकी कोई भी मूवमेंट नहीं हुई है, देयर इज नो मूवमेंट. सो ऑब्जेक्ट तो एक ही पोजीशन पे है. अगर आप यहाँ भी कंसिडर करोगे इट इज अ 20 ऑन द 20 मीटर, यहाँ कंसिडर करोगे 20 मीटर. ओनली दिस ग्राफ शोइंग द इंक्रीज इन टाइम. ओके, व्हेन ऑब्जेक्ट इज एट रेस्ट पोजीशन वी कैन सी द ऑब्जेक्ट इज एट ओनली वन प्लेस. ऑब्जेक्ट एक ही प्लेस पे आपको दिखाई देगा, बट ये जो लाइन दिख रही है इट दैट लाइन इंडिकेटिंग द इंक्रीज इन टाइम. जो भी टाइम हमारा इंक्रीज हो रहा है वो टाइम हमें इस ग्राफ के थ्रू समझ में आ जाएगा. सो दिस इज रिलेटेड विद द रेस्ट पोजीशन. व्हेन ऑब्जेक्ट इज एट रेस्ट पोजीशन, सो वी कैन सी देयर इज नो मूवमेंट इन ऑब्जेक्ट, there is no moment in motion of object, but we can see the increase in time. So by using this graph we can represent the motion when object is at rest position. So second condition is when object is having uniform motion. Uniform motion. Okay, so we know that when we are saying the uniform motion, when the object covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, that motion is known as the uniform motion. When object covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, that motion is known as the uniform motion. So here you can see, along with the x-axis I am going to represent the time, along with the y-axis again distance. So time intervals 10, 20, 30, 40. Again 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter and the 40 meter. So here is the time and distance d. Okay, so let us consider about the uniform motion. So in first case, the object covers 10 meter distance in 10 seconds. So here object covers 10 meter distance in 10 seconds. In second case it covers again 10 meter in 10 seconds. Third again 10 meter in 10 seconds. So here in 4 cases you can see that the object covers the equal distance in equal intervals of time. So when we join all these points, so that time we will get one straight line. Okay, so here we can say that when object is moving along with the uniform motion, so that time the distance time graph is straight line. जब भी object यूनिफॉर्म मोशन के साथ मूव होता है, सो इक्वल डिस्टेंस इक्वल इंटरवल्स में कंप्लीट करता है, सो दैट टाइम वी कैन सी द स्ट्रेट लाइन. ओके, जो भी ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन होगा इट इज हैविंग अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. नाउ द थर्ड केस वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट दैट इज अ नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. नॉन यूनिफॉर्म motion. So in case of the non-uniform motion, again we have to draw time versus distance. 10, 20, 30, again 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter and the 40 meter. Here is the time, upside is the distance. Okay, so in first interval the object covers 8 meter. In 10 seconds he covered 8 meter. Then next 20 seconds he covered 10 meter. Again he covered next 30 seconds he covered 40 meter distance. Okay, now we have to draw the diagram from origin point. Okay, so this is a graphical representation when object moves with the non-uniform motion. अगर वो non-uniform motion है, so that time we will get one circular graph. Okay, like this way, curve graph we will get. So at rest position there is no movement. Uniform motion we will get the straight line, and non-uniform motion we will get a curve loop. So these all things are related with the motion, with all related with the distance time. It is related with the distance time. So previously I told about that by using the distance time graph we can calculate speed. So how to calculate speed by using a distance time graph? So to calculate the speed we have to consider 2 points. Suppose point A, this is point A, and here point B. Okay, so draw one line from point A towards the y-axis and one line towards the x-axis. Again same from point B. So to calculate the speed we have to consider a small part AB. Okay, so from A point we have to draw the parallel line with x-axis, and and from point B also we have to draw a parallel line towards the x-axis. Then here we can see that the two. So by using this distance time graph we can calculate the speed. So how to calculate the speed by using this? So we are having take 2 points on the straight line, point A and point B. By using these 2 points we can calculate the speed. So how to calculate, let us see. So from point A, start to draw the parallel line with x-axis. Okay, from point A start to draw the line, parallel line with x-axis. From point B also we have to draw the parallel line. Then again, okay, so here we can see that the line A and line B can be intersect with each other at point C. Okay, and we can form the triangle ABC. So here this AC represent the time intervals, because AC line is parallel with the x-axis, so that's why AC represent the time intervals. So we can write down here time intervals T1 and T2. BC line is parallel with the y-axis, so y-axis denoting the distance, so BC also represent the distance. So here we can give the two names S1 and the S2. So students, everyone well known about that, the formula of speed. So the speed is equal to distance upon time. So here distance means what? Distance, the BC represent distance, BC represent distance, and the AC represent time intervals. So BC and the AC. So here we can see that BC means what? BC means it is a distance between S2 and S1. So here BC means S2 minus S1, and the AC means T2 minus T1. So this formula S2 minus S1 and T2 minus T1, by using this formula we can calculate the speed. Okay, so by using distance time graph we can calculate speed also. So here we can say that. So students, in today's period we discussed about the graphical representation of motion. It can be done by using the two methods. One is the distance time graph, another one is a velocity time graph. By using distance time graph we can calculate speed. By using velocity time graph we can calculate distance. So the distance time graph can be employed in three conditions. First condition is rest, uniform and the non-uniform motion. Okay, at rest condition the object is not going to change the motion, but time is increasing. So by using this line we can represent the time is increases. In the second case, distance is directly proportional to the time. As distance increases, time also increases. As time increases, distance increases. So in this case we will get the straight line like this way. We can get the straight line. And the third case, the distance is not distance and time both are not proportional with each other. So in a non-uniform motion we can get the circular or the curve loop of the graph. So these things are related with the distance time graph and the condition of distance time graph. So I hope students you got today's point. So in next period we will discuss about the velocity time graph. So for today, thank you very much. We will meet in next period.